sports coverage of the NFL. We're in the first quarter of play, and it's the Patriots in control of the football. Second and 6, just inside the 30. Short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. You look at this defense, and this unit very tough to throw against, currently second best in the NFL.
And this unit knows exactly where they rank. They're number 2 against the pass in the NFL. You know they have their sights set on being number 1, looking for a big game today.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That's taken on the 25. A great return there of 22 yards. And they will take over first and 10. Dublin's offense now set to take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up first and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 10 carries, 112 yards, and a touchdown.
And when you measure numbers for the guys that carry the football, it's not just the yardage. How many times do they ring the bell? How many times they get into the end zone? And now that he has 15 for the year, everyone gets to celebrate, starting with his offensive line.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. This defense for the Pats, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And a big 32-yard play on third.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Back to throw. Pierce. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed, but that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a first down.
You ain't doing nothing today.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. They'll try again. And he will again run into a wall as he is stuffed at the 4-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a third and goal.
stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Let's go. We ain't giving up nothing.
Owen, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the
Still 3rd down.
excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
The holding penalty, that puts them in an unenviable spot here as they try again on 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Pierce. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Fine work by the Patriot D there, and it's 4th down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Back to throw. Pierce. A great effort there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Wizards' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Boy, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. So that drive goes 8 plays. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
2nd and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Flynn, and he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. But you look at this defense, currently #1 in the NFL against the run.
I always think back to what my defensive coordinator in college used to tell me. Playing against the run is 11 individual battles, man on man, and are you going to win that battle? You're going to whip the guy across from you and get to the ball carrier, wrap him up, and put him on the ground. That's the one thing he absolutely
hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
The Patriots send out their punter, standing just about on his own goal line. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. He'll take it at the 42. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And they will be in the playoffs as champs of the AFC East. But as it stands right now, Charles, they still would have to host a game on Wild Card Weekend because they're still looking up at that number 1 seed.
And that's when you tell your team, remember, guys, at the beginning of the season, what was our deal? Let's win our division and get to the playoffs. That was job 1. Let's not get greedy about the whole thing, because whether or not they end up with a first-round bye,
and it's a fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Even though he recovered his own fumble, you know how much he hates to put the ball on the ground. He's going to be frustrated with himself.
And what do you think the time frame was from the time the ball escaped his grasp to him getting it back? It didn't take that long, right?
Right.
To him, it probably felt like hours because he's agonizing, like, I've got to get this football back. Able to get it done.
You ain't doing nothing today.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. This time, good ball security and a good result, 1st and 10. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Pierce. This is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Wizards are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. New England trying to get a place on offense. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Holding offense.
What you talking about, ref?
So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
Let's go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
ain't doing nothing today.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
On the set. 19 Lions. Go. We ain't giving up nothing.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Good work there. You're going to see on play action, they run an out route with the receiver on the outside and let the tight end work the seam in the area beyond it. A great concept, and it leads to a 1st down.
Here we go. Shackle. Panther 11. Panther 11.
On 1st down, Pierce. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now a 2nd and 10. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Dublin with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
On the ready.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the
19
sticks.
Tiger. 19 Tiger.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. 9 yards that time.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another 1st down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. You're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Ready up.
9-yard line, 2nd and 6. Now they'll run it on the toss. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there. Of course you're going to give it to him.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
Back to throw. Pierce steps away to his left. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, I could spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage. But when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Looking to throw. Pierce. Touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Wizards have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball, or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they're going to continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Patriot offense heading back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
Reload! Reload! You ain't doing nothing today.
On second down now, it's Flynn. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Pulled in at the 24. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Dublin's offense now set to take over.
And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well. And he's been right.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 25 yards that time. I love that play because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down, and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 54 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Up the middle they go. Perez. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Second and 2. First down marker at the 8.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
Trap 60, trap 60.
Back to throw. Pierce. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And this offense has converted twice already here in this first half on 4th down conversions. And here we go again.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards. defense, and the offense stays out there. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Pierce. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Okay, ready?
2nd and goal from the 1.
I got you, boy. You ain't going nowhere.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Wizards are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that makes the score 28-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. The Patriots with the football here late in this first half as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go.
Go!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That's now 6 dropbacks, 6 incompletions. Yeah, the defense has been pretty good early, but he's got to start hitting some of those throws. He's making them better than what they actually are.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Flynn, and he will be marked down short of the 1st as they get to him at the 29. Now the defense going to use the 1st of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today.
You ain't going nowhere.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. This offense back to work now late in this first half. And with a 28-0 lead, you figure they're just going to be happy to take this lead right into the locker room. Throwing to start the drive. Pierce. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Come on, set.
Throwing on 1st down. Pierce.
We ain't giving up nothing.
Wide open receiver, complete. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Back to throw. Pierce. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Back to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turned into a nice play.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Forced out to his left. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Their mobile, agile quarterback as the first half is winding down. And the Wizards will extend their lead here just before halftime.
This is a great decision right here. Out of the pocket to his left, and he knows if he waits too long, the defense is going to be all over him. So he makes a decision to go and wins the race to the pylon.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes this 35-0 now.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
That's what I'm frustrated about, man.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that
Still
one is
first down.
accepted.
No! No! I got it. Check, Panther. Smash, smash. Check.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We'll start up at Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo. And they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure you have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 64 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
On second down, it's Perez.
You ain't doing nothing today.
A strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
I got you,
And
boy.
a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? when the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Second and 5.
You ain't going nowhere.
Got you, boy.
And
I
they'll
got you,
keep
boy.
leaning on the running game. Back to
You
the
ain't
ground.
going nowhere.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
All runs on this drive so far. It's first and 10.
You ain't doing nothing
One back
today.
in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. When we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
On the dump.
They'll come up second and 7.
We ain't giving up nothing. You ain't doing nothing
One back
today.
in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
No chance.
And that as he's brought down at the 9. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up first and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
You ain't doing nothing today. We ain't giving
They'll
up
try and
nothing.
run for it on first and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Wizards take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point safely through, and it is 42-0. So that drive in total 8 plays and a 9-yard run on the end of it. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2.
Alert! Alert! Unlock line! Unlock line! You
They'll
ain't
start
going
on the
nowhere.
ground here on first down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. He'll drop to throw. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
There he goes, left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there. 59 yards. And the Pats are able to at least get 1 score back.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Point after, right down the middle. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's come together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to...
And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Wizards are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after here coming up. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. 1 play, 75 yards, 6 points. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone. And now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage. And, again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sideline and in the huddle looking at each other.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. A big play there for New England. 45 yards. Now look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They're going to look to throw. Touchdown, Patriots. A great effort there. 31 yards. And the Patriots are able to claw 1 back.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Extra point right down the middle. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. We're always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 126 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
18 Cardinal, 70 Ranger.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They juked him. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That burst good for 20 and a first down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. Back now in Foxborough. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That second down play nets a -4. The offense on third down, they've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9. Up the middle they go. It's Perez, and this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
They've been brilliant, perfect on 4th down so far, 3 for 3, and they're going to try again here.
19 tight.
Looking to throw. Pierce. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. 32 yards. And the Wizards look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this fourth quarter. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
But that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers... consistently, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. I call it no gain there on the 1st down play.
Love the effort. Love the dramatics. Getting the feet down. How about a little step shuffle along the sideline there? Almost like a great ballet dancer or a tap dancer. All for no gain, though?
I was going to say, it's so pretty, and it gets you nothing. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Taking it about the 36. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. Dublin's offense now set to take over. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the 1st.
All right, I don't want to get too poetic here where they talk about, the eyes being the windows of the soul. You know what else the eyes do? They see the open spaces on a field, and those eyes carry your legs to those spots. And that's what happened on that play. He saw a spot opening and went and got it.
Well, he really hasn't ran the ball all game. 4th quarter here, need a big play, able to pick it up. So whatever the eyes saw and created, it worked. Here's a 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Perez. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
On 3rd down, Perez. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
This taken in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. New England's offense set to go. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On the ready.
Here's 2nd and 10.
65, Jack. 65.
Back to throw here. And that one's going to come up a little short. It's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Take it at the 37.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards.
And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10.
Ready up.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's
You ain't going nowhere.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. And they've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away.
Say, hey. 18, Pioneer. Ready.
2nd and 3.
That is incomplete. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. He wasn't really big on that. He was big on go ahead and scoring. He's got it reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, he's regarded as one of the best athletes among NFL tight ends, Charles, and it certainly was on display right there.
And as we've seen this league continue to grow and develop, I think the tight end position is becoming harder and harder to defend because now it's elite athletes playing that position, not just the big guys who can block. How about his ability to get downfield and make plays against any defense?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. New England trying to get a place on offense. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps, to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Can't get away, and he's taken down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This is intercepted. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Stopped at the 34-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Back to throw. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. New England's offense set to go. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Okay, ready?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now back to throw. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant